go. So what is this conversation about this year? I'm floored that we're already like 4 months into this conversation. Rapidly approaching the 5th month. That means of this year. So to me, the time is passing pretty noticeably. I'm noticing the passage of time. But what is this conversation? So we're in today, and we're in our sixth year, and each conversation has been very different, right? Let me see. The first conversation we had, the first book we followed. So we've been following a book or so, a few of them. One year there was a few, but a couple years there were quite a few books. So like the first year we started the Zenful conversations with Melody Beatty, Journey to the Heart. That was the very first book, the very first year that we gathered for these messages. Journey to the Heart. So that was 2019. 2020, we did a mindful year. We talked about mindfulness, and that was offered to us by those two beautiful doctors, Dr. Arya Campbell Danesh and Dr. Seth J. Gillian, the mindful year. That was the year we had COVID, and those conversations on mindfulness were very helpful that year. 2021, we said, well, let's take this mindfulness now and see if we can apply it to, all right, 2021 was our year of living the law of attraction, right? Wasn't that the year that we did living the law of attraction? And that was multiple books. We got a lot out of that conversation that year about helping our mind work a certain way. 2021. 2022, we said, oh, this is good, but we need some self-discipline, baby. So 2022, we did the year of self-discipline, which was a pretty strong and powerful conversation. If I remember correctly, we lost a lot of listeners that year too, because sometimes that word discipline, and really one of the reasons I wanted to do it was to change my relationship with that word discipline. We need self-discipline to get us where we want to be and to live our best lives. Because we can't trust everything we think. So that was what, 2022. We had a year of self-discipline, 365 days of self-discipline. 2023, just last year, we learned self-care on an energetic level by listening to Dr. Judith Orloff's book, Thriving as an Empath. So this is realizing, caring for ourselves on this energetic level so we're not as drained. This year, our conversation is about being present for our own lives. I'm loving this conversation this year. Some of you are and some of you aren't. And that's okay, not everything has to resonate. Right? Not everything has to resonate. But the Book of Awakening is the book that we're following this year. The Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo. This New York Times bestseller is described as having the life you want by being present to the life you have. So this being present is our message this year. Being present. And it comes in all these different kinds of daily messages, but the overall is being present for our own lives. So what is this going to take? It takes us learning a practice, for me, of slowing down, of not trying to do too many things at one time, checking in, grounding, coming back again and again and again. I find the practice worthwhile. It helps me. I'm definitely more present, and I love that I am. So hopefully it's doing some good for you also. The message we're offered for this day number 1908, conversation number 1908, is titled The Purpose of Full Attention. The purpose of full attention. This is the ongoing purpose of full attention. To find 1,000 ways to be pierced into wholeness. The most profound and helpful learning came to me when struggling with the pain of having a rib removed. For weeks, I felt a corset of pain girdling each breath. But watching the winter water of a stream begin to thaw and flow over and over, I finally saw that to make it through the pain, I had to be more like water and less like ice. For when the trees fell into the ice, the river shattered. But when large limbs fell into the flowing water, the river embraced the weight and flowed around it. The trees and winter water were teaching me that the pain was more pointed and hurtful when I was tense and solid as ice. Then each breath was shattering. But when I could thaw the fear and the tenses that I carried, the pain was more absorbed, and I could, like the thawing stream, move on. Not pain-free, but no longer shattered. It is this way with much of nature. By opening fully to our own experience, we can feel and see the resilience of life around us. Feeling our woundedness. We can learn from the hollowed stump, hollow root, smaller greens. How to root smaller greens. Feeling our sadness, we can learn from the leaves, too tired to be blown along, how to surrender. Feeling our tenderness, we can learn from the caterpillar, how to endure the tremble that precedes the appearance of wings. But it is only by showing up, by denying nothing, that other living things reveal to us the secrets of how they manage to live. In deep counterpoint to the old saying, an eye for an eye, there's a deeper law that guides us to wholeness, a truth of being for a truth of being. So the purpose of full attention is to invite through personal surrender the particular example of life force in which whatever is around us to show itself. A truth of being or a truth of being. Yes. When in pain, be like flowing water. When suffering near the bottom, feed off what you can. Like the brilliant ocean fish, and spit back the rest. When feeling burdened, watch small birds to see how they begin to fly. When feeling finished, watch newborn animals open their wet little eyes and imitate their innocence. Once giving full attention, you will come back, one drop at a time, into the tide of the living. These couple messages for me feel like, I don't know if everybody has felt that low. I can only speak for myself, and most people I know do have ups and downs, so it's dependent how down that down is. But these sound like life-saving little baby lessons that when we're down pretty darn low could help us get back up. But sometimes we're looking for just a little ledge of something to hang on to. And it's given full attention. Let's say here, what was that one? Yeah, this one, the one drop of truth at a time, a couple days ago, really resonated with me because I have been struggling with anxiety a little bit lately. And this message, I gotta say, did help me out to center yourself. It was talking about centering ourselves. It said to give your full attention, not, oh, I'm feeling angry, full attention to the nearest patch of life. And we give our full attention. It said breathe slowly and give your full attention to the small outer rhythm that is matching your mood. Breathe and watch until the rhythm you are seeing and the rhythm you are feeling reveal their common truth. Watching what we give our energy to. And then yesterday was a moment of trust. We were talking about faith yesterday. Today, the purpose of full attention. Knowing what we give our energy to is so important. But this last little bit. Yes, when we are in pain, to be like flowing water. When suffering near the bottom, feed off what you can. Remember a couple of days ago that was talking about the bottom, they would crawl along the bottom and get what little bit they could from these little things and spit back the rest. But they were getting nourishment. And we can learn from that. Feed off what you can and spit back the rest. When feeling burdened, watch small birds and see how they begin to fly. When feeling finished, watch newborn animals open their wet little eyes and imitate their innocence. So we can do this now with so much technology. We don't have to try to find birds outside. You can easily plug it in and find something. We can learn from other parts of nature. Let's listen to the meditation. It's another walking meditation. So if you want to try this later, you can, or you could just visualize. I like to visualize, and I picture myself doing it now. So this is also a walking meditation. So allow yourself to sink into that breath for a minute, though, and meditate on a particular pain that is troubling you. Let's get it in mind and let's think about it. Meditate on a particular pain that is troubling you. Take a moment to locate that. Soften your breath around it. Breathe with it. And as you walk about, breathe steadily and see through the lens of this pain. Not to turn everything into your pain, but to locate something that might teach you about pain. Look for something that resembles your pain. It might be a bottle, a bell that's broken, or a slim branch that's splitting, or a fence that is sagging. It could be a shrub aching to bloom. Breathe steadily, and by feeling your pain while watching, invite this piece of life to open its secrets to you. Take a couple breaths with this message. Relax your jaw. The eyes be closed if you can, and just receive. The purpose of full attention. Thank you, Mark Nepo. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for coming by and sharing in this practice. And deep and honest gratitude, always. Namaste. See you tomorrow.